All right, so it's Wired Wednesday. Today is all about Meta and their 2023 Meta Connect event. All eyes are on the AI race and what this tech giant will bring to the table with their latest product. It's called the Meta Quest 3 headset. And joining us to give us more insight on this two-day event is senior reporter for Marketwatch, Jon Swartz. How lucky are we to get you in studio, not on Zoom, although we could take you in a virtual reality headset, we understand.
Oh, you know what? We could do that. We all can meet in the newsroom in the immersive future. Yeah, sure.
I mean, it really does make you think at how all of that could one day actually happen. Tell us a little bit about Meta 3s and what we can expect.
So what Mark Zuckerberg's going to talk about in a couple of hours in his keynote speech is this kind of immersive world that he wants us all to join him in. Where we're avatars, where we're shopping, we're playing games, we're getting our news, we're communicating with each other. It's kind of an extension of what Facebook has done. It's kind of almost an Ahab-like obsession of his to kind of pivot the company away from social media and more towards kind of this immersive world that involves socializing. We can get a little bit more into what this is inevitably going to lead to. It's going to lead to a collision with Apple, which is going to be very interesting because these two companies hate each other.
Drama on the tech front. Maybe the president will have to get involved. And we know that President Joe Biden is in town today. He's going to be meeting with tech experts. There is that conversation balancing the possibility, the potentiality of AI with what could really be what Elon Musk even has said could be dangerous.
Yeah, there was that meeting. There's an AI forum that Schumer had last week. I actually talked with the CSO, the former chief security officer of Facebook, who left after the 2016 election. He left a couple of years later. But he is really concerned about the 2024 election and what AI would mean in terms of trolling and in terms of accumulating misinformation. He said it would hyper boost, it would put misinformation on steroids with the addition of AI. And in a sense, that is kind of an Achilles heel for Facebook or Meta, whatever you want to call them. They are being, I don't know, I'll be fair about this. They've been questioned about their security and their privacy. Apple does that. Apple's front and center questioning Meta and whether we should trust them. And they've actually been alluded to as big tobacco by Mark Benioff. So there's this whole kind of battle line going on. And the thing is, with Apple, when they come into a market, they wait for a market to be established. And once they do get into the market, they control it. So Meta Quest VR headset 3 is Meta's last chance to really get ahead of this market before Apple jumps in with the Vision Pro next year.
I also think from a perspective of consumers, how much is this going to cost? I mean, it seems like, especially if you have kids or teenagers who are really interested in getting involved in the headsets and having that capability, it's going to cost you.
Yeah, well, with the Meta version 2 was dropped to $300, so I think it's pretty competitively priced. It's not going to be too expensive. The Vision Pro from Apple is $3,500. Wow! Which is what you expect from Apple, a premium price. What's interesting to me is that in this race between the two companies, there's a reflection of the CEOs. You've got Zuckerberg, who's kind of like this mad scientist who wants to break things and reinvent everything. And then on the other side, you have Apple with Tim Cook, who's kind of this metronome. It's an operations guy. They do
Steady
think
as she goes.
Very steady. And that's why, 5 years from now, we'll be talking about the iPhone 20 announcement, right? Like very little change in what they do. But they, like Meta, are motivated to get into this market because that's where the money is. That's where the development is. And they are overseeing franchise products that are a little bit in decline in terms of sales. Like social media is not as many people. I don't know about you, but I'm not spending as much time on Facebook as I used to. I'm not spending any time on Threads.
And there's new territory.
Right.
And when you see this environment of competition, you know that can stimulate economic growth. That's what we need for a Bay Area bounce back. Thank you so much for having this conversation. And by the way, we want to let our viewers know, you can go on our website, KPIX.com, and see some of our virtual reality work. Go to KPIX.com, type in Itai Hod virtual reality. You'll see some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, some 360 versions we've done with some of our stories. Pretty impressive. Thank you so much for coming in.